All right. And now we have for you a Zerg versus Terran. Zerg versus Terran is a spicy matchup. It's dangerous. It's confusing. It's difficult. You've got attacking, you've got expand, you've got upgrades, tech, and all that business. So how do we look over a game? This is 27 minutes of mayhem, of violence, of economies, of multitasking, and all that. So let's look at it. How do we break down a game like this and find out what went wrong? How do we break down a game like this and identify, this is what I need to work on? My opponent played well, and that's okay, because I'm gonna learn from this. I'm gonna adapt and evolve. We've got double barracks, triple barracks, Marines, gasless bunker, okay. First mistake is this Overlord. I send it here. Here or here. The Overlord needs some safe zone to retreat to. Over here, there's no safe zone. There's no high ground spot where you won't be killed by Marines. If you fly over here, they can kill you while you're here. If you fly into the main, they can kill you while you're here. So this is the main safe zone that's close to the Terran's move out lane, right? Right. Losing that first Overlord really hurts. It kind of snowballs. So be mindful of your Overlords, be careful. Bane Nest. Bane Nest is legit, keeps you safe, allows you to defend large numbers of Marines or Hellions or whatever. I'm digging it. And we're droning. He's going for more workers. Cool. Bunch of Lean Bane. Alright. Units lost tab, I want to show you. That was about a 300 mineral mistake, running those links forward into the Marines. So be careful. Be careful about your units. Terran's got a bunch of Marines. Cool. You have Bane tech. You're making Banes, that's nice. Banes are good against Marines. Double Evo in the main. Double upgrades before lair I think is better if you're against a Marine style. Oh no. The Banes are out of position. So, where should the Banes have been? The Banes should have been where the drones are most heavily concentrated. So there are drones here, there are drones here, and there are drones here. So having the Banelings right here would be the best possible position, because they're equidistant from this base and this base and this base. Kind of in the center of your territory, basically. So have them at the natural. Step 1, be mindful of your first Overlord path and put it at a safe spot. Step 2, when you're not moving across the map, keep your army at the center of your territory. So we're droning. We're trying to recover. That hurt. That hurt a lot. What are we making? Lings? Double gas. Your gas is a little bit too early, I think, going up to 3. Usually you go for 2 gases, or you stay on 2 gases until 50 drones. Once you're on 50 drones, you take 2 more gases. That's a good little rule of thumb you can follow. Looks like you did some damage there with the Ling Bane. That's good. 13 workers killed. So when you're really ahead, Hydra Bane is probably the best, yep. Hydra Den, 1-1's going. You should get Carapace. Do melee and Carapace. Carapace upgrade against Bioterran is very important. Range attack is kind of optional. I think regardless of whether you pick melee or range, Carapace is more important than either of those. So we're against Bio. The reason that Carapace is more important is because Bio units shoot very fast, and an armor upgrade gets value every time it receives damage. So if they're shooting you very fast, a Carapace upgrade is really good. If they're shooting very slow, you might want to have an attack upgrade. That's why sometimes for Roach Hydra Viper, you'll see range attack 1, range attack 2, range attack 3, and no armor upgrades. just because tanks fire so slowly and hit so hard that armor isn't super impactful. But you can go double evo. So we're trying to get maxed here. You're making too many Banes. Having a huge Bane count isn't super great, mainly because Banelings only get to leverage their value one time. So the one time they connect with something is when they get value. Hydras are better to mass, I think. If you're just defending your 4th base, it's better to get toward your max out with Hydras and Lings than it is with Banes. A lot of this gas could have been spent on getting your Hive up. Yeah, get your Hive, and then, do you have Overlord speed? Let's see, upgrades. Hive Overlord speed would be better expenditures than having this many Banes. Like, if you subtracted the cost of an infestation pit from your Banes, your army is still good enough to defend. If you subtracted the cost of the Hive from your Banes, you're still good to defend. You could just make more Banes from your Lings if they went to attack you. So you want to have some safety Banes with your army, but you don't want to have such a ridiculous amount that you delay your tech too much. So they should not have fought you there. That was a poor choice. They could just lift off and leave. So your 4th base is up. Hive should be going. Hydraling Bane on a big map like this should be more of a stepping stone composition rather than the main point where you're going to try and beat them. If you're going to drone up to 70 or 80, your endgame should be something like Ultraling Bane Corruptor, maybe with some Vipers. So Hydras allow you to defend that transition, but Ling Bane Hydra on its own, generally speaking, isn't the best way to kill a Terran. It's a good way to fight on creep, though. What a hidden base. Alright. Hive. Range attack, +2 armor. You have +2 melee, that's good. That's good. Your upgrades are good. Your economy's pretty good. I want to see the units lost tab. Yeah, pretty even. A good number of Hydras to make if you're against Bio is around 14 to 20. 14 to 20 Hydras, and you add a lot of DPS to your army, you can put pressure on Medivacs and Liberators and stuff, but it doesn't overcommit you to that unit. You can still work on the Hive tech. So you're getting the Ultra stuff out. If you did want to go for a style that delays Hive for a long time, going for 2-2 melee with Ling Bane Muta is a really good choice, especially on this map. And you get a Mutaflock of like 15 to 20, and you can put a lot of pressure on their production. Hydra Ling Bane's main purpose against a Bioterran is to rush Ultras. That's the advantage of going Hydras as opposed to Mutas. Because a Hydra Ling Bane player is harder to kill than a Ling Bane Muta player. Because Mutas are better for like finesse harassment than they are at direct fighting Marines. Whereas Hydras can do direct fights very well on creep. (3-3) Marine Marauder Mine Medivac. You're getting the Ultras out though. I think at this point, this would be a good time to inject the hatches a couple times and then add them to the army so they can transfuse Ultras. You're kind of against the ropes, you lost a base. So having a little bit of sustain on your Ultras is more important than injects right now. Because your larva situation is bad anyway. But you have Ultra Tech, and Ultras are very larva efficient. So you can add these Queens, which improve your Ultras even further. That's when your Ultra Tech really comes online. Like you could have healed that Ultra, and they wouldn't have killed it if you brought your Queens. This is amazing that they did this. A hidden 4th base right next to your gold. Okay. You're hanging in there. You're kind of fighting from behind economically now. We see income tab. Actually, it's not too bad. Not the worst. It is a winnable game. 3-3 is going. You already finished melee, so you're going ranged. That's cool. That's cool. Adding 3 Vipers is super good for this type of ground army. It allows you to deal with clusters of tanks, and you can abduct Liberators, or you can Parasitic Bomb. Parasitic Bomb helps you clean up the air really fast. Just put 1 Parasitic Bomb. The damage doesn't stack anymore, so you can just do that, and it helps your Hydras a lot with cleaning up the libs and the medivacs. Yeah, like imagine 1 Parasitic Bomb here. That would have added a bunch of DPS. What are you making? Production? If you're floating gas, it's a good time to stop making Lings and make more Ultras. Like this 600 gas bank is an advantage you have the opponent doesn't have. So you could have made some more Ultras. Or 3 Vipers. That could be good. It's a good game though. Nice back and forth. Zerg versus Bio. This base is up. How many workers now? 72. That's a good economy. Very good economy for the mid-late game. Ultras, Hydras doing the duty, doing the work. If you're floating minerals, make Lings. If you have tons of gas, make Ultras. And then always having some Banes is good. You do have some Banes. Eventually switching into Corruptors is good. Yeah, you are making a Spire. Cool. So the key things, it's a long game. If we want to boil it down to the most important things to focus on improving, the first Overlord needs a safe zone when you send it across, or just don't send it across and check for proxy, and send it across with Overlord speed. That's what Lambo recommends. The second Overlord can check for proxy, that kind of thing. And then keeping your army at the center of your territory against early game aggression, so you can defend on either side. Wax on, wax off kind of thing. So those 2 things, and then getting your Hive in a reasonable time if you're going Hydraling Bane, and making a little bit fewer Banes. I think with those 3, you would have crushed this game a lot harder. Looks like you are going to win though, which is good. Good stuff, well done. Well done. The Zerg. GG, dude. You have slain the barcode.